Does acupuncture work? The short answer is yes, it works. However, there's a longer answer, and it involves what style of acupuncture are you getting, what are you getting treated, and who is being treated. Those things are real essential in finding what kind of acupuncture is going to work best for you. I'm Lori Sibbers. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and I practice acupuncture in Jupiter, Florida. In this video today, I'm going to talk about 5 different types of acupuncture, how they work, and what style will be best for you. Coming in at number 5 is traditional acupuncture. So this is the acupuncture that we learned in school. This is what's written in the textbooks. However, there's a huge problem with this type of acupuncture that no one really talks about. The problem is in China, you're either an herbalist or an acupuncturist. You're usually not both. Nowadays, you probably are, but this is back before they wrote the books. And the herbalists were seen as superior, and they did not practice acupuncture. So China decided that they were going to systematize Chinese medicine. And so they told the acupuncturists that you're going to reveal your family secrets and we're going to put it in a book and everyone's going to be learning this. So you've heard of the phrase ancient Chinese secret. Well, there's a lot of truth to that because they fled. They went to Hong Kong, they went to Taiwan, and they left and they didn't reveal their information because this is something that's been in their family for so long. They do not share. It's the exact opposite as we do in the United States. So the people that were left over to write the texts on how to do acupuncture were actually herbalists. And so the acupuncture texts are written by herbalists. And I think you can see the big disconnect here. If you don't practice acupuncture, but you're writing a book on it, there's going to be a problem with that. So that's one of the major flaws with this. It's also some of the pros. Probably every acupuncturist knows this type of method. It's easy to find it in books and learn from it. But the cons, as I just said, it's limited in its effectiveness. It's based on an herbal medicine model, and it doesn't make any sense from an acupuncture standpoint. And as a result, the results are limited. Coming in at number 4 is 5-element acupuncture. Now this is a fun one. Keep in mind though, this is not the traditional 5-element acupuncture that you learn in school. This requires additional training. This one is really good. So the pros are it's really good for mental emotional disorders. And it's a lot of fun. The needle retention time is very fast. A lot of times the needle just goes in and take it right out. The cons with this type of acupuncture is it doesn't really work that well for pain relief. And it also uses a lot of moxa. And moxa is an herb that you burn and it smells a lot like marijuana. So number 1, rental agreements don't really allow you to use a lot of moxa. And a lot of people don't want to smell like that when they leave. Coming in at number 3 is sports medicine and orthopedic acupuncture. So this is the acupuncture that physical therapists use. You've heard the term dry needling. I get asked all the time, what is dry needling? And it is acupuncture. But because the rules and regulations in states do not allow people who are not acupuncturists to practice acupuncture, they get around it by using the word dry needling. This is the type of acupuncture they usually do is a sports medicine and orthopedic style. This style is great. It's very effective. It works really, really well for athletes and people of a more muscular build. The cons are you can feel worse after the treatment and sometimes a lot worse. I've gotten treated before and the next day I could barely walk or my back hurts so much more, but then it gets better and then you start to feel better and it is effective. But the problem is it can be too much for people who are non-athletes. I was an athlete and it was even hard for me. Another con is that you have to lay face down in a face cradle if you're getting the backside of your body treated. And that sometimes for people can create more pain and discomfort. You also need to undress. You need to disrobe and have a large area of your body open, and that can make people feel a little bit uncomfortable. So these are the pros and cons for sports medicine acupuncture. Coming in at number 2 is balance method acupuncture. What's great about this method is that you're not needled locally. You are needled from the elbows down and the knees down. So what that means for you is you don't need to disrobe. You get to lie face up on the table. And one of the big pros of this method is that you get instant pain relief. And it's fast, it's effective, you get repeatable results. You don't risk that further inflammation injury that you get when you needle direct, like in sports medicine acupuncture. And so that's what makes this really nice. The cons it's an energy-based model. It's based on the I Ching, which is a divination book. And it's based that qi is energy, and that qi is energy is actually a mistranslation in Chinese medicine. It means air or vital air, and acupuncture is all about blood flow and oxygen. It's not about energy and meridians. Another con of this style is when you think of it in terms of anatomy and physiology, it really doesn't make sense if you try to look at it from an analytical perspective. And when you practice it, the different systems can get a little confusing to the practitioner. Coming in at number 1 is Distal Needling Acupuncture, also known as DNA. This is a step up from the previous one of the balance method. This one is actually based on anatomy and physiology, which is really important. It's easy to grasp, easy to understand, and like like the balance method, you get instant results. So you get instant pain relief. It's fast, it's effective. The results are repeatable. You get a live face up, and there's no need to undress. You are still needled from the elbows down and knees down. And you also don't risk that local inflammation when you're needling locally, such as sports medicine acupuncture that we talked about earlier. Some of the cons are really, some people may prefer to have needles placed directly in the areas of pain, and that would be the biggest con. But as far as DNA goes, I feel it's unrivaled. It works the best of all the acupuncture that I have tried. These styles that I've talked to you about, it's been my progression as an acupuncturist. I started school in 2003, so I've been around a while. I've studied a lot. I've also had a lot of health issues, so I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, probably a little bit of both. And that way I've gotten to try these different styles and see how it works on me and what works best. And by far, DNA wins out. However, there are certain times when I would do different styles of acupuncture. If I was working more on an emotional or mental problem, I probably would go into the 5-element. And also if I had a sports injury or something like that, I would look to the sports medicine acupuncture. But for all other things, I really think DNA is the cream of the crop. If you are in the Jupiter, Florida area, come by and see me for an acupuncture treatment. If you'd like to learn more about acupuncture and Chinese medicine, then sign up for my free ebook at nowacu.com/ebook, or you can just go to the front page of my website at nowacu.com and sign up there. If this video is helpful, please click the like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions out there. Thank you. Thank you for watching.